Hello YouTube, and welcome to our Minecraft texture pack review series. It has been a while, but today we will be reviewing an HD texture pack named vonDoomCraft, and this is by Emperor Doom. So let's get down into it. First of all, this is an HD texture pack, so you do need to use MC Patcher for it. And also, there's a very interesting thing about this pack, which I will be discussing periodically as we go through this. And that is that this pack is completely hand-drawn. All the textures were drawn by hand. So let's just start out in the Hall of Minerals today. Let's look at the coal first. As you can see, the coal, first I'm going to tell you I love this texture pack. If it looks like I'm biased, it's probably because I am, because this texture pack's awesome. Coal, if you look, it looks realistic. You have shading. This is all hand-drawn. I'm sure whoever drew this is an insanely good artist. But yeah, the coal looks like real pieces of coal within the rock. Even though I'm not sure that's how real coal would look. I'm not going to be picky. This is Minecraft. The glowstone, I can't wait till we get to the nether, because this is either going to crash my PC because my frame rates are tanking by just looking at it, or it's going to be really awesome. I like how it's got that animated moving, and it's not just a solid color, it's kind of moving and being animated. Now the iron ore, it also it looks like real ironwood if you were to find it in the earth, impure, and then when you smelt 9 of them and get your iron block, this looks kind of like a steel beam almost, so you could use that as a design aspect. The gold ore looks like gold flake, which is, again, seems how you'd find it in real life, and it's a very decadent block if you were to smelt it into a block. Now the redstone ore is pretty cool because it has a skull on it, and if you look at the redstone torch over here, you'll see that the redstone torch is actually a skull, and the wire is actually a very straight wire, and I really like that. This texture pack is awesome, and when you hit it, it kind of puffs a little bit. Now the diamond ore, they took this into, that must be a really huge diamond just in the middle of that block. It looks more realistic than a lot of the texture packs I've done, and I just love it. And I like how the smooth stone that's surrounding the diamond blends almost seamlessly with the smooth stone in the background, if you can see there. And that's the diamond block. Not as decadent as the gold block, but you can also see how it's kind of individual diamonds. I'm not sure if that's how it's meant to be, but it's encased in iron to keep it toned down. If you would have encased it in gold, I think the colors would have made it too showy almost. Now let's to the lapis. The lapis is very blue. The one thing I really love about this texture pack is very vibrant colors. There's a lot of deep blues, deep yellows, however you describe that. It's just overall an amazing texture pack. The lapis block, this just reminds me of mosaics and turquoise. I think that's the best way to put it. And I can see how you could like line the bottom of a fountain with this. It's just really cool. Now that we've finished with the Hall of Minerals, let's go left into our home items. And if you look, all of the paintings, oh, I didn't know that did that. That scared me. That's cool. I guess some of the paintings are animated, and they've all been retextured. There's no original Minecraft paintings left in this file. It's a full retexture. And you'll find throughout there's homages to the Avengers series and such. Weapon X. That's not Avengers, I don't think. But there's vonDoom. And let's go into the home items. First thing you're going to notice is how freaking amazing this looks. Let's start over on the bed. You have your little doll tucked in there, little pillow. It's pretty awesome. Look at the chest. Let's see what's in the chest. Some of my building materials, and if you look in the background of the chest is actually like a coffin, so it's kind of a dark theme. Yeah, it's a dark themed texture pack. The furnace is cool. You see you have the grating, little emblem there, and the workbench just looks like a surgical stand almost. Let's right click on it, and yeah, it's just a really dirty, messy, but that's good. I'm not saying that in a bad way. That's how it's supposed to look. The cake, Again, just wonderful. And the jukebox looks realistic. It's like a little tape player and the note block. And if we hit the note block, nothing happens because I have a sign above it. The bookshelves. And even though these are like one block things and they're the same, you can see how I guess it must randomize if you put two next to each other because they're not exact copies of each other. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Now let's go upstairs, and this is one of the additions I made onto this texture pack review world. First, let's look at the enchantment table. If you look at the book, there's actually detailed writing inside the book. I mean, I don't think it says anything, but the pictures are just really cool. And if you look around it, the symbols that are flying into it, those are retextured. Those are not the original Minecraft symbols. And I also wonder to myself, why are there skulls here? Because these are just bookcases, and there are bookcases downstairs as well. So I'm wondering does this having an enchantment table near trigger that? I don't know. Here's the lamp, and I like how it didn't just light up the whole block. It just lights up that X. It's very decadent, very awesome. Kind of reminds me of the X-Play logo from G4. This is the dispenser. It's kind of like the red eyes, and it's just a very it's like steampunk meets Borderlands meets graphic novel. This is just an amazing texture pack. Here's the pistons, normal piston and sticky piston, and that's a glass pane, although in this texture pack the glass looks a lot more like barbed wire, and the steel bars actually look like jail bars, which is really, really cool. So let's go into our next room now, and there's the event. That's Iron Man, Captain America, and that looks like Spider-Man. But I don't know much about comic books. I didn't know Spider-Man was part of the Avengers. Probably gonna get a lot of hate for that. This is the new revamped nature room, and we'll start here with the jack-o'-lantern. Really scary face, very visualized. The pumpkin. And the melon is it's just all this, it just feels like it's plant-like. The flower, the red flower, mushrooms. This mushroom is actually spread a little bit. And there's the cactus, again, very realistic looking. And it seems that's what this texture pack has done. It's bridged the gap between realism and a graphic novel. This feels like, heck, if Borderlands 2 looks like this, I will be getting that game day one. I'm just saying that. Here's a fence and a fence gate. Again, it's like a stained wood feel. And there's the light log, which is your normal Minecraft log. The dark log, which I think I call the mahogany log in this. The birch log, which as you can see even looks kind of peely, like a paper birch wood. And then the jungle log, which if you look has little moss growing on it, which is really cool. There's a lily pad, and the shrub. There's the shrub, and there's just grass. So as you can see, if you were to use this texture pack to actually play with, and not be in a confined space like my reviewing room is, you'd actually have to have a pretty powerful PC to run it. And I'm playing the HD version. I think there are scaled down versions. Now this is the birch set, and that's a birch sapling and birch leaves. This is the pine set. That's the pine tree sapling and the pine tree leaves, although they should be needles, and they do look more like needles. The leaves actually have a characteristic feel to them, depending on which one you look at. And there's the normal tree set, normal tree leaves, and this is the jungle sapling and the jungle leaves. And there's a cobweb, which again looks more detailed, and there's the desert shrub, which looks really dark. And it's a good feel. If I had a PC that could handle it, I'd be using this texture pack every single day. Now let's go down into our mech room, as I have recalled it, if I can get down the stairs. And you'll see that we have our redstone torch and wire, again with the skulls matching the redstone ore. This is a wooden pressure plate. The stone pressure plate's the same, only with the stone texture. There's a button, and there's a lamp to just show you how it works, and there's a redstone repeater. And if you look, this actually has like a gauge marking the different increments you can set it at. And now let's leave this room. And we won't go to the nether yet, but let's go to the block room. And this is our biggest room of the review. And this is cobblestone. It has a distinct feel from smooth stone, and it doesn't look extremely organized. Like some texture packs like to make it look almost brick-like, and this has a little bit of brick look, but you can tell it's broken up cobblestone. There's the smooth stone. I like how it's not just smooth. It has some imperfections like it would if you were to actually find it in a cave or something. There's the smooth brick, and this, as you can see, is a step more organized from the cobblestone. That's what I think that all the smooth brick should be. This is the mossy brick. It's almost the exact same texture, only the green tints helps light up the texture of the overall block and gives it a more alive feeling. This is the cracked brick, which is not the same as the cobblestone. You can tell he put a lot of thought into the stuff he did in this texture pack, and it's just amazing. This is I called it the designed brick, but if you use too many items, it's the brick with, it's like a brick and then there's squares inside. It's the stone brick. And here's some more paintings. I don't know who this is. That looks like it could be, I'm not going to speculate because I don't really know. And that could be maybe Hawkeye's from the Avengers, his crossbow. And I noticed this too. This isn't a mod, this is a painting, but it's designed to look like a TV monitor, and it even has like animated fuzz too. That's pretty cool. This is the clay, and I like this because the clay in Minecraft is like some weird blue thing, and if you've ever like seen actual clay, that's not what it looks like. This is what it looks like. This is the color that actual natural ground clay looks like, unless maybe I just haven't seen all the clay. Here's the bedrock. Now this is very dark, and it's probably more realistic and natural than the original Minecraft bedrock, but I do imagine it would get annoying to run into that and not know you're on bedrock if you don't have torches down there. Here's some normal sandstone, and it's just, you can tell it's kind of compacted. I like how it's just, the amount of detail on the texture surface is amazing. And this is the creeper face sandstone. If this was the normal Minecraft texture pack, you'd have the little creeper face right about here. Now you can see he used this because this is what the pyramids are generated out of, and you can see the hieroglyphics that he's put in, and if you were to find a randomly generated pyramid, you would think that that would make it look really well. And this is the smooth sandstone, which is the one that if this was the normal Minecraft texture pack, it would just have a line up there. This actually extends the line and gives it a whole blocky feel, and I like that because it it accents the difference, because I'm not sure what these are used for on the pyramids when they are randomly generated, but I imagine that it looks pretty cool. This is gravel, and it is a little dark for my taste, but it's still an amazing texture. And I can imagine that when you're in a cave, it matches with all this stuff. And this is a snow block. Snow block has, it's white, but you can see the accents of the blue, and that's how the light would catch it if it were real. This is nether brick. Now my only concern with nether brick is it looks a hell of a lot like real brick, like the stone brick over down there. And that's not an issue, but I feel like as much as he's done with like the glowstone, in the future he may want to relook at this this nether brick and maybe make it a little more, not darker as in color dark, but darker as in you know what I mean. And here's endstone. This is from the end, and if you look, it's kind of cool because at first glance it doesn't look like anything special, just a bunch of colors. But if you look really close, maybe it's just me, I see skulls. Like, see, there's a skull, and this is going to give a darker feel to the end. And we will explore the end at the very end of the video. Get it? Now, this is another slight disappointment. The cauldron and the brewing stand both have not been retextured at all from the vanilla Minecraft. And maybe that's just because he's still working on it. This texture pack is still in beta phase. So I would check back periodically if you do decide to use it. This is the water. If you can see, it has a moving, like a refracting or reflecting of light texture. And the lava is really cool if you stare at it. You can see how if it was real lava, it would be hardening into rock. And that's what these dark swirls are meant to represent. And it just gives it more of an alive feel and a flowing feel. Now this is the mushroom stem, and these are from those mushroom biomes. And this is the mushroom top. Now I understand that these can't be super realistic because giant mushrooms don't exist. But I like how he went with the swirl rather than the dot, because it just adds another layer of detail, if you will. This is the stone brick stairs, red brick stairs, cobblestone stairs. Those are just retextures, but they're stair blocks. This is the mycelium. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that is the grass in the mushroom biomes. And I like this a lot because of how it kind of creeps down, almost like a fungus creeps down the side of things. This is the sponge, which doesn't really have any use in Minecraft still. And I like it because it's yellow, it's porous, it's a sponge. Now these are the types of lumber if you were to refine those logs from the nature room. And I like how not only do they have a different color, but they have a different design. So if you want to change the looks of certain things in your house, you use a different kind of wood, and you're not just getting a different color, you're getting a different feel via the design of the texture on the plank. These are the normal planks. These are the the birch planks, which are the lightest ones. These are the mahogany planks, which are the darker ones, and these are the jungle planks, which have you can see little notches in them. Another TV. Now this is another really great part about this texture pack. This is the red brick that you get from taking the clay, putting the clay in the oven or the furnace, and making brick blocks. And this actually looks like real grout and real bricks, not like the super red stuff that's in the original Minecraft texture. Now the mossy cobblestone has the same moss as the mossy stone way down there, and I like that because it brightens up the block, and you can imagine running into this in a cave. You're like, oh, there's a dungeon. That's awesome. These are just the half blocks. Again, they're just retextures of... They're just the same texture as down there, just half blocks of it. Now this is cool. The obsidian has a bluish or a purple tint to it, which helps make it stand out from its just almost completely black counterpart in the vanilla Minecraft. And this is hellstone or netherrack, which again it looks like hardened lava, and it's just the nether's gonna look so cool. And this is one of the most amazing ones in the whole game. This is the soul sand, and if you look, it's animated, and it slows you down because it's soul sand. But this actually makes it look like it's slowing you down, like sipping your soul, or I don't know, whatever you'd want to say. But that's just really cool. I have no idea how he did that. But kudos. Remember, all of this was hand-drawn, too. This is the glass. I do wish that it would be glass and not like barbed wire, but that was a design choice he made, and if you look through it, it's clear. There's no other imperfections, just this, and I can live with that. It's not my favorite glass texture I've ever reviewed, but it's easily passable. This is the dirt, which actually looks a little more like mud to me than dirt. Dirt I pictured being clumpier, but again, I'm just picking stuff to gripe on because this is just an amazing texture pack. This is the grass. It looks like real grass. If you were to look at it, it doesn't. It's flowing and it's not constant. There's swirls. There's artistic touches, and this is because it's hand drawn and it's just so artistic. The sand, even though it looks like a plain block from afar, if you look at it, you can see that there's all these intricacies in it, like from this little swirl here. It just makes it look like it was packed sand, and it's just really an amazing thing. Now the ice, aside from being partially transparent, as you can see through it, it has such a detailed, frozen, scuffed up feeling and look to it. It looks like ice, and there's nothing more I can really say about that. So let's see, where else do we have to go? Let's go to the travel room, and in here you see that the minecarts have received a slight reskin on the outsides to brighten them up, but other than that, the boat was not reskinned, and the tracks were reskinned. These are pressure plates, and this is a powered rail, and if I turn it on, you see it's actually like lightning bolt of electricity, which is really, really cool. Now let's leave the vehicle room, and let's go into the Hall of Wool. Now, the Hall of Wool is it's either a point in a texture pack where we see a big weakness or a big strength. And in this texture pack, I would say it's a big strength, because the time that he took to draw out this wool texture gives it character, but there's not enough color variation that it makes it not look like a solid color. It just gives it depth. And that's all I can say about this texture pack, is it just has a lot of depth in every single thing. The way he drew in the shading and the way that he chose where to put the shading gives everything a really heavy and deep feel to it. It's not just a plain block or a plain color. It's got intricacies, and it looks fibrous. You can picture that it's wool, and it's just a great job. And God, that painting keeps scaring me. And that should be all the rooms here. So let's go into the Nether. And we can also see that our Nether portal. Oh, that's really cool. These are two really big paintings. It has a retextured particles. The particles are more exact in this version of it. And now I will go into the portal. And now let's go to the Nether. And as you can see, as we're entering the Nether, the background of the loading screen has also been retextured, and it appears to just be some mossy brick or mossy cobblestone. I'm going to say that's mossy brick. And I'm going to pause the video now, and I'll see you in the Nether. Alright, we are back. We're back in the real world and out of the Nether. And now let's go into the mob pit. And for this, I'm going to turn on creative mode so that I don't die in this fall. So here we're dropping. And I've completely revamped the way that we're going to review the mobs. This is the pig room via the old way. So let's break the floor here. And let's just go down with some of the pigs. The pigs have not been retextured. There is no retexture for pigs in the current pack, but that is the texture for a mob spawner. So let's just get out of there, watch my frame rate, as I have frame rate issues. And now let's go into the zombie room. Let's pop a zombie out. Or two zombies out. And holy crap, these zombies are scary. Okay, so it almost looks like the eyes are rendered inside the head. And if you look at their hands, it looks like they have randomized textures too, because these two zombies do not look alike exactly. Because he has an eye, he doesn't have an eye, and he has a suit on, and he doesn't have the same colored suit on. So that's pretty cool. Let's get out of the zombie room. And let's go into the magma cube room. This is the nether slime, as some people have called them. And, oh, that's a big one. I should probably kill him, because I need a small one. No offense, bud, but you just need to die. Oh god, they blew into smaller ones. But yeah, nether slimes. Just push you down in the hole. Oh god, did he just destroy a block, or did I do that? Well, these are magma cubes, so they should survive. They do not appear to have had a retexture either. Okay, let's go to the cow room. The cows have not been retextured. Let's go to our blaze. These are the blazes, also from the nether. And the blazes have not been retextured. This is the skeleton. Let's pop a skeleton out. There's 2 skeletons. Let's get down in here with them. And are the skeletons different? Please look at me, Mr. Skeletons. If you look at the detail even on the bonework on these guys, it's pretty amazing. And the answer is the skeletons don't appear to have randomized textures, but they still look pretty badass if you ask me. So let's get out of the skeleton pit, and let's go into the zombie pigman room. Even though we've already seen them, let's just spawn a few for fun. And yeah, the zombie pigmen are freaky. We already know that. Okay, so this is the wolf room, and the wolves, not wolves. The wolves have not been retextured. The Enderman room. Let's spawn an Enderman. The Endermen have been retextured, really creepily, may I add, because it's just that they have a very dark suit on, and their head is like a void. That's a very, very cool effect there that they put on the Enderman. So now let's go into the spider room, and let's spawn out a spider. And the spiders have been retextured as well. If you look, their mouth, they have fangs, and they have eyes, lots of eyes. So let's just kill these, or at least set the spider in there. Alright, now this is the chicken room. The chickens have not been retextured, as you can see. Aw, sad creeper. This is the cave spider room. These are the little ones that poison you that come out of the spawners in the abandoned mine shafts that you may find. And let's go down with him. He's a brown spider. He appears to have a fur of some sort, but other than that, he's just like the other spider. Let's go now to the creeper room. And since we're on creative, they shouldn't bother us. Oh, I destroyed the button. Let me find a button real quick. I'm sorry about that. That was my fault. And let's see here. Everything looks different. Where's my button? Where's my button? I've probably crossed it like 5 times now. I understand that. But I'm not the best at looking for things with other texture packs. So allow us to... There's the button. Okay. Let's just right click, and let's right click again and get another creeper, and let's go down and look at them. And their faces are randomized. That's a sad creeper. This one appears to be scary creeper, and they appear to be sewn together. They have a sewn effect. His feet look like little, oh, that's creepy, like little leaves. He has normal feet. So this mod does have some randomization of mob textures. This is the mushroom room, which is the cows with the mushrooms, and they have not been retextured either. However, the retextured mushrooms do appear on top of them. Now let's go to the sheep room. Sheep have not been retextured. The ocelot room, these are those little cat things. Let me just spawn one out here. They have not been retextured either. Let's go into the squid room. I'm guessing all the non-hostile mobs have not been retextured. Yeah, the squid is the same. No retexture on the squid. The silverfish. This is a silverfish room. Have the silverfish been retextured? The answer to that question, as soon as I spawn one long enough to see it, is no. They have not been retextured. It doesn't appear. However, their particle effect appears to have been retextured. Villagers have not been retextured either. And now the spawn for the slime. Now before, when I had spawners, this room, that's kind of a joke, because slimes would never spawn because it was the wrong chunk. But now I have a spawner, so let's just spawn a slime. And oh my god, that is horrid. Look at it, it's just disgusting. Let's hit it a few times and break it up into smaller slimes so that we can get a better look at it. Come on. Come on. Break into slimes. Break into. There you go. And look at their faces. They're just like disgusting. I guess that's the best way to put it. But still, just a really cool effect on the slimes. And get over here. I want to see your face. I want to see your face. If you have a face, because I want to see if they're randomized. Well, let's just spawn another slime. Can't hurt. And let's find your face. Quit running away from me. Yes, it appears their faces are randomized, and they also have almost a dual layer. Because if you saw in his eyes, they were pushed in a little bit from the rest of him. Alright, now we're going to exit the mob pit. Overall on the mobs, I hope he decides to retexture the non-hostile mobs as well as the villagers, but his job on the hostile mobs is impressive to say the least. In fact, this texture pack, I'm not sure if this was just Emperor Doom or if it was a whole team of artists, but it's just, to be quite honest, amazing. And now, to end the video, we will be traveling to the end. And the end portal has not been retextured, as you can see. But let's just take a jump into the end portal, and let's enter the end. We are now in the end. As you can see, there is a boss health thing up top. We're not going to be killing the Ender Dragon, obviously. But we will go try to find him and take a look at him. Because I'm curious to see what he looks like. There's an Enderman, as you can see again, with his void head. But let's try to find a pillar. In fact, I might turn my render distance up a little bit in my options menu. Just too small. Not far, because that would crash my PC. But let's just go short. And look at all these Endermen all over the place. And there's the Ender Dragon. So let's go take a closer look at him and see if he's been retextured. His pedestals have not been retextured. But that doesn't mean he hasn't been. And the Ender Dragon has not been retextured either. So, as you can see, there's the Ender Dragon. And now we're just going to go over here while I give you a little bit of an outro. And just remember, I will have a link in the description to this texture pack on the Minecraft forums. If you enjoyed this texture pack, make sure you leave a like on my video and definitely leave a comment on the Facebook page. Or not the Facebook, I'm sorry, on the Minecraft forums page, and make sure you support this guy in any way possible, because I would definitely say at this time, this is the most impressive Minecraft texture pack I have ever reviewed. And just keep in mind, this whole texture pack was all hand drawn, and it's just, quite frankly, it boggles my mind how good some people are at their artistic abilities. So once again, I will leave the links, all the links you need, in the description of this video. If you want more videos like this, subscribe to me. A like really helps too. I'm going to get back into doing YouTube. I took a break for probably 6 months, but I'm going to have a steady stream of videos coming out now as I have more time and more resources. So remember, just subscribe, like, leave a comment on how I can do better. If I explained something wrong in the video, I'm sorry, or if you want to point something out, just leave a comment and let me know. This has been JHorner13 with another Minecraft texture pack review. Thank you for watching, and have a good